Okay, children, we are coming back now to bryophytes. We have already seen there are two groups of bryophytes. They are liverworts, 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 and second one is mosses. Livers are primitive bryophytes. Example: Rixia, Markantia, etc. Rixia and Markantia, the plant body which you see on the soil is gametophytic. They produce, the gametophyte produce antheridia and archegonia. Antheridia are male sex organ and archegonia female. They produce male gamete and female gamete. They fuse together form zygote. Zygote germinate to form sporophyte. Sporophyte produce spores by meiosis. The spores again germinate to form gametophyte. So gametophyte produce sporophyte and sporophyte produce gametophyte. This is called alternation of generation. Now, the second group of bryophytes are mosses. Mosses are advanced bryophytes. Mosses are advanced bryophytes. Now we are coming to mosses. So in mosses, we can see, as I said, the plant body is gametophyte. Why they are advanced bryophyte? Because they have a root-like, stem-like and leaf-like structure, which was not there in liverworts. So leaf-like, stem-like and root-like structures are found in mosses. The gametophyte consists of two stages: protonema and leafy stage. There are two stages in the gametophyte. They are protonema stage. Protonema is very thin, slender, filamentous structure germinated from spores. Spores germinate to form protonema. Protonema. Now, protonema produces again buds here and there, and the buds germinate to form leaf-like structure, spirally coiled leaf-like structure. So what I am saying, protonema contain protonemal buds. Protonema are thin, slender, filamentous structure that preserves small buds. The buds germinate to form upright and spirally coiled leaf-like structure. Upright and spirally coiled leaf-like structure. This is called the leafy stage. So, protonema and leafy stages are the two stages of gametophyte. Got? So, what are the two stages of gametophyte? Protonema, which is filamentous and slender structure that produces protonemal bud. From the bud, leafy stage develops. So, we can say gametophyte consists of two stages in mosses. What are they? Protonemal stage and leafy stage. In this leafy stage, you can see the leaf-like, root-like and stem-like structure. Because of these three structures, leaf-like, stem-like and root-like structures, Mosses are advanced bryophytes. Mosses are advanced bryophytes because they possess leafy stage. Now, the leafy stage now produces the sporophyte. As I said, before the production of sporophyte, leafy stage produces Antheridia and Archegonia. Antheridia and Archegonia. Antheridia and Archegonia produces male and female gametes. They fuse to form zygote. Zygote germinate to form the sporophyte. Zygote germinate to form the sporophyte. So sporophyte is dependent on this leafy stage of the gametophyte. The sporophyte is dependent on the leafy stage of the gametophyte. The entire gametophyte is independent. That is plant body. So you understood this? So Protonema produces protonymal bud. Protonymal bud now germinate to form the leafy stages. Leafy stage of the gametophyte produces Antheridia and Archegonia, male and female sex organ. The male gamete from Antheridia and female gamete from Archegonia, they fuse together form zygote. Now the zygote develop into sporophyte. Now the sporophyte contains three stages. What are the sporophyte now contain three stages? Sporophyte start from here. Sporophyte start from here. From the leafy stage, top of the leafy stages, sporophyte start. This sporophyte now has food here. Then seta, food, seta, and this is the capsule. The capsule produces spores. The spores again come down and germinate to form first stage of the gametophyte protonema. Again protonema produce bud germinate to form the leafy stage. Leafy stage of gametophyte produce Antheridia and Archegonia. They produce male and female gamete. They fuse to form the zygote. Zygote grows into sporophyte. So in this life cycle you can see the gametophyte give rise to sporophyte. So that is what is called alternation of gametophytic and sporophytic generation. Now we are coming to pteridophyte. Pteridophytes are advanced cryptogams. Advanced cryptogams. Why are they called advanced cryptogams? Because they are the first land plant with vascular tissues. Vascular tissues. The plants, first land plants with vascular tissue, xylem and phloem are pteridophytes. Pteridophytes. So pteridophytes are the first vascular plants with xylem and phloem. They are, because of that, they are called advanced cryptogams or advanced land plants. These pteridophytes are classified into two: horse tails and ferns. HORSE, horse tails. Horse tails and ferns. FERNS. They are medicinally very important and also called soil builders and binders. Pteridophytes build and bind the soil. For example, they bring the soil and collect the soil because of their roots, and they are the plant with true root, stem and leaves. True roots, they are the first plant body with the true root, stem and leaves. So why are pteridophytes called advanced plants? Advanced plant, two reasons. They are the first land plants with vascular tissue, xylem and phloem. So far we have studied algae, fungi, bryophytes. There is no vascular tissues. Pteridophytes now possess vascular tissue for the first time. Second point, pteridophytes are the first plants with true root, stem and leaves. Because of these two reasons, they are called advanced land plants. There are two forms of pteridophytes, horsetails and ferns. Let us now come to the details of pteridophytes. In pteridophytes, the plant body is called a sporophyte. Sporophyte. Up to bryophyte, the plant body was gametophyte. Now, for the first time, the pteridophytes are with the sporophytic plant body. This sporophyte later produced gametophyte. Gametophyte. So we can say sporophyte is diploid and gametophyte is haploid in nature. So such a life cycle is called alternation of sporophytic gametophytic generation or alternation of diploid and haploid generations. That is opposite of bryophyte. In bryophyte we said that gametophyte is sporophytic generation. Here sporophytic gametophytic generation. The plant body is here in pteridophytes, sporophyte. Now, as sporophytes, what are the major features? The sporophyte of pteridophytes, sporophyte. The sporophyte produces leaf-like appendages, leaf-like structure or appendages, A-P-P-E-N-T-A-G, appendages. So what is leaf-like appendages? They produce a leaf-like appendage, but actually they are considered as true leaves. And this leaf-like appendages we call sporophyll. S-P-O-R-O-P-H-Y-L-L. So what are called sporophylls? Sporophylls are leaf-like appendages in pteridophytes. This word sporophyll comes only in the pteridophyte, not in bryophyte. Bryophytes we will not say sporophyll because there is not a true leaf there. There two leaves are there. The two leaves are called or leaf-like appendages. We call it sporophyll. Sporophyll now contain sporangia on the margin. Pteridophytes or ferns, if you take a leaf, you can see large sporophyll, spherical structures you can see on the margin of the leaf. This is sporangium. Sporangium. Inside the sporangium, what is formed? Spores are formed by meiosis. So sporophyll contain sporangium. Now sporangium undergoes. Inside the sporangium, what happens? Meiosis takes place and produce spores. Now what? Spores germinate to form gametophyte. Actually, spores germinate to form gametophyte. The gametophyte is called the protonema. This is called a gametophyte. Gametophyte bear antheridia and archegonia. Gametophyte bear antheridia and archegonia. Antheridia male sex organ, archegonia female sex organ. They produce, antheridia produce male gamete sperm and female gamete egg. They fuse to form zygote. Zygote divides again form sporophyte. What we call sporophyte. So you see, first sporophyte is the plant body in pteridophyte. Sporophyte possesses leaf-like structure called sporophyll. Sporophyll bear sporangium. Sporangium, inside the sporangium, meiosis results in spores. Spores germinate to form gametophyte called protonema. Gametophyte bear antheridia and archegonia. Sperm and egg produced in the antheridia and archegonia fuse to form zygote. Zygote germinate and goes to form sporophyte again. In this way, the sporophyte, then gametophyte, again sporophyte. This is called alternational generation. Life cycle of pteridophytes. Now, what are the major points of pteridophytes? You know that, okay? Pteridophytes are divided into two groups, horsetails and ferns. Pteridophytes are advanced plants because they have they are vascular tissue, plant with vascular tissue. Second, they have leaf-like, root-like, stem-like structures. For the first time, the plant body is called a sporophyte. Sporophyte now produce sporophyll leaves that possess sporangium. Inside the sporangium, meiosis takes place. Spores are formed. Spores germinate to protonema, that is gametophyte. Gametophyte bear Antheridia. Then from that, zygote is formed. The zygote again germinates to form sporophyte. This is very important life cycle, and it is very simple aspect. So, from bryophyte, what is the difference? The plant body of bryophyte is gametophyte. Here the plant body is sporophyte. What only the difference in the life cycle. Now we are coming to the next gymnosperm. Gymnosperms are called phanerogams. Phanerogame, phanerogame or phanerogams. Phaneros means exposed. Game means sex organ. The gymnosperms and angiosperms are called phanerogame, exposed sex organ. Now let's study, as in pteridophyte, the plant body of gymnosperm is sporophyte. Sporophyte. Gymnosperm are called naked seeded plants. NAKED, naked seeded plants, or plants with naked seeds. Then another important feature. Gymnosperms such as pinus, in the roots of pinus, you can see fungus. Fungus live within the roots of pinus. Such association is called mycorrhizal association. Mycorrhiza. Then, in the case of cycas, cycas is another gymnosperm. In their stem, we can see cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria. Such roots, the cycas roots contain cyanobacteria. Such roots with the cyanobacteria is called coralloid roots. Coralloid roots. So let's discuss these points. Phanerogams, sporophyte in the plant body. The sporophyte bear spores. Now spores germinate and form the gametophyte. Spores germinate to form gametophyte. Now the sporophyte has very complicated structure. Sporophyte are the plant body. They produces spores. There are two types of spores the gymnosperm produce: microspore and megaspores. Microspore and megaspore. And these microspores and megaspores are seen in sporophylls. Sporophylls aggregate together form what we call strobilus. Strobilus or cones. In gymnosperm, strobilus, strobilus, strobilus or cones are the sex organs. Strobilus or cones. There are female cone and male cones. Male and female cones. Male cones produce pollen grain. Suppose this is a male cone or male sporophyll. Male sporophyll. That is called a microsporophyll. Okay, they contain sporangium. They contain sporangium. Sporangium produces spores, which we call pollen grain. Right? And this pollen grain, inside of the pollen grain, you can see the male gametes. Somewhat complicated. Inside the pollen grain, we can see the male gamete. And female gamete is formed inside the ovule. That is found in the megasporophyll. Megasporophyll. You can see megasporophyll. There is the ovule. The ovule contains egg. That egg is called female gamete. So the male gamete present in the pollen grain or microspores fuses with the egg present in the megasporophyll and form zygote. Right? Zygote is represented by the gametophytic stage. Zygote is represented by the gametophytic stage. Means the gametophytic stage represent this all these stages along with the zygote. And the gametophytic stage is very small in this type of plants. So in gymnosperm, the plant body is called sporophyte. Sporophyte contain sporophyll called microsporophyll and megasporophyll. Microsporophyll possess microsporangium in which microspores are found. Microspores contain male gamete. At the same time, megasporophyll bear the ovule. Ovule contain the female gamete egg. The pollen grain inside the microspores fuses with the egg to form zygote. Now zygote grows into what? Sporophyte again. So here the gametophytic stage represented by this simple structure zygote as well as the gametic formation or gamete formation and zygote represent the gametophyte. Zygote now develops into sporophyte. So in this case, sporophyte and gametophyte. Just like pteridophyte, sporophyte is the plant body, sporophyte produces the gametophytic stage that is represented by the male and female sex organ plus zygote. So that is very rudimentary stage. That is dependent stage of sporophyte. So sporophyte is the independent stage on the plant body. That is why the life cycle starts with the sporophytic generation leads to gametophytic generation as in pteridophytes. So the main points you have to remember: the gametophytic or sporophyte is the plant body. They are called naked seeded plants because the seeds formed here does not contain fruit wall. Seeds here does not contain fruit wall. So without the fruit, the seeds are naked. It means, in angiosperm you will study the details. Seeds are formed from the ovule and the fruits are formed from ovary. Here ovary is not there, only ovule is there in the sporophyte. Absence of ovary and that results in the absence of fruit. So in gymnosperm, ovary is absent, hence fruit wall is also absent. Ovule directly becomes the seed. So seed is exposed. That's why it is called the naked seeded plants. Pinus life cycle is completed with the help of a fungus living in the roots of the pinus. That association of roots of pinus with the fungus is called mycorrhiza. Cycas is another gymnosperm. They contain cyanobacteria in their roots. That's called coraloid roots. There is a gymnosperm which can grow up to even 100 meters. That is called sequoia dendron. SUQUOI. Sequoia dendron gigantea. Sequoia dendron gigantea. This is found in the California and this is the tallest gymnosperm which can grow up to 100 meters. That's all about the gymnosperm. Thank you.